Hello, Sydney here and welcome to the Drunken Ork. Now the last video I showed you with this work in progress Battle Fortress I've got, it was pretty much done, although it needed priming, a lot of grey, a little bit of white, mostly grey. And there was also a couple of pieces I didn't show you in that video, like the death roller and the conning tower. But I've finished those now. So I'm going to show you what they look like on this vid. I'm then going to prime everything. I mean, secretly, I've actually already done it. But the videos are going to be showing you what they were like before primed and then after primed. But at this point in time, it's all a done deal. I'll then show you where I'm up to. And then I think the third video on it, it will not be a work in progress. It will be a work that has progressed. A finished work, if you like. But that might not be till 2023 or something, we'll have to see. But for now, this is where I'm up to. I'll show you these bits. I hope you enjoy it. Well, here's me conning tower. So I've put it together to look like a big pylon. This will sit on the back of the battle wagon. Made out of plastic tubes, welded together. There's a ladder on the front there just for access to the crow's nest part at the top. It's got some armour plating, a mini ladder on there, and a little firing step inside. A couple of mounts for big shooters on. You see some dag work on the top there. Fair enough. And some chains coming down to fly the pendants? Well, the glyphs anyway. So the glyphs on there. We've got duff up. You've got friend or favourite enemy and the beakies. So that's an instruction to duff up with favourite enemy, the beakies. And that one is the boss shouts to attack. I think. Something like that. There's one for... There's a power at the top, and around the bottom there's a few as well. You've got Vehicle Fortress, which is the battle wagon, the Battle Fortress itself. That one is power. Well, it's power, dagger, and death or end of battle. So powerful dagger ends the battle. And there, that square is just simply huge, and that's battle wagon. So huge battle wagon, or huge wagon. So yeah, that'll go on the top. There's a few chains knocking about. I've got some dudes ready to put in the top as well. A fellow with some binoculars and somebody on the big shooter. But other than that, that's ready to go, ready to be primed. And also, I've got a death roller, which, if you know what to say, it's I've already primed it, but I was holding it there when I primed it. And then got distracted and forgot to give it a second coat. So I need to go back and give that another going over, which I do when I do the rest. So a big death roller. It's two of the Puppet Sword death rollers. Hope it's showing up okay, even though they're black. So there's two of those, and then mount that on the front of the battle wagon. I put these together. So these will be the arms. There's a couple of pins in there. They look wonky, but they do fit. There's a couple of pins in there, which attach to the hull of the vehicle, and then there's a pin there which has a death roller put in. So, I mean, to be honest with you, that is a piece of Lego. If I hold it that way, that is a piece of Lego with another little piece of Lego at the top, and then just encased in plasticard with some barrel halves stuck to it, some green stuff cabling, a piston on top, some spikes off the original Rogue Trader battle wagon, just for, you know, old time's sake, I suppose. Some vents, some armour plates and rivet work, some dags, and a couple of big saw blades. These are, to be fair, just for decoration. They don't go any further out than the kill roller, death roller, as you can see. Yeah, and that one's basically, you know, almost a carbon copy for the most part. Goes on the other side. Like that. So, now I've got those bits done, I'm going to go and prime the Battle Fortress. Well, like I said, I went to prime the Battle Fortress. I got a bit carried away, and I did a little bit more. So here's the pieces anyway, the armors for the death rollers. So as you can see, I've primed it, in Macragge Blue. Is that going to actually focus? Go on. I believe you've got to shout focus at it, and it will do so. Focus. Focus. What a lot of shit. There you go. So I primed them in Macragge Blue, and I give them a wash of Dragonhof Nightshade, and then dry brushed it in Caliban Blue, just to pick out some details. And I picked out all the silver bits and give them a wash of Nuln, and the white bits, and give them a wash or two of Nuln, and also tidying them up again with a bit more white. So there's the two arms for the Death Roller. There's a Death Roller itself, just being dry brushed silver, as it's the silver bit. Still got a lot of painting to do on this. And there's the conning tower, which I'm going to hold sideways to allow it to fit on the screen. Again, white glyphs and on the bottom there, as you can see. Hopefully it'll stand out a bit more now than it did before. The glyphs, and I'm going to have to paint the ladders. I'm going to have to paint them wood, really, especially the cross pieces with grain and all that sort of stuff. But like I say, with all this, I've still got a long way to go. So there's the turret. So it's got some white panels on it. Big shooter, stick launcher. The other side. This was the checker plate. Is a great idea. Putting them just on as plastic. There we go. Makes painting them so much easier. Really happy with that. There you go, just a little rocket turret there, and then you've got the 4 sponsons. The tank itself, let's see if I can get that on. Just to give you an idea of where I'm up to with the fortress itself. There you go. So it again, same treatment: blue, washed, dry brushed, silver, washed, white, washed and grubbied up a bit. Still a lot of work to do. I mean, a lot of work to do with it. I did lose me little chopper off the back. The chain. But I also have a stick bomb now. So I think I'm going to replace that chain with, instead of having a little chopper on, have a stick bomb. Because there'll be nothing to chop up, to be fair. And I quite like the idea of an orc sitting on the back, taking care of business, so to speak, and then spotting somebody sneaking up behind them and lobbing stick bombs at them. Well, there we go. So that's the fortress itself. And I'll bring it on now with all the bits on so you can see exactly where I'm up to. So here we are all together. I'm going to go a little bit shaky cam here. There we go. And oh, you're seeing behind the curtain. Ah, but there we go. You see, there's still it's starting to take shape. I can see what I want. I'm going to turn it, rotate view. But there's still a lot of work to go on it. So many. I've got to weather it all for a start. Once it's weathered, I've got all these. I'm going to zoom in. All these cables, and there's obviously rockets and grenades and wires, lights. There's so much still to do with sandbags on the back around here. There's a lot to do, and I haven't put the crew in here either. There's a commander sticking out the top turret here. I'll lift his turret up, a little hole there, and of course I've got a couple of dudes up in the top. And I wanted to put a sprinkler and a grot. There's a lot of nice little flat places, like there, behind those dags, and like where I can stick some little grot riggers. I'm going to zoom out a bit further. It's really hard to get the whole thing in. Look at that. It is quite large. Anyway, trying to go back to steady cam. So there we go, that'll do. That's my Battle Fortress, work in progress so far. Finally got some colour on it, but there's still a long way to go. there you go then. Battle Fortress, work in progress. Death Skull one too, if you hadn't noticed. And I think I mentioned quite a few times there, there's still a bit of work to do on it, so definitely a work in progress. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye bye.